First up, backup and archive are not the same thing. Similar maybe, but absolutely not the same. Archive is all about legal compliance. Your company may be required by law, for example, to archive all sent and received emails and to keep them for 10 years. Or you may be required to keep all customer related data for 7 years, and then after those 7 years you might be legally obliged to delete it. This is compliance, and you have policies that define these rules. And quite often with archiving and compliance, you need to ensure that the data in your archive can't be tampered with or altered. We call this WORM, or immutability. WORM is an acronym for Write Once, Read Many, meaning that you can only write that data once. After that you can't write to it again or update it. However, you can read it as many times as you want. And the term immutable means that data can't be changed, and as may be expected, you may be legally required to prove that immutability of data. Another important feature of archive is that it has rich metadata and extensive search and discovery capabilities. Unlike the backup and restore world, where users almost always know exactly where their lost file was and when they lost it, legal requests for data tend to be different. They might ask for emails regarding a certain sale or a certain business transaction from an employee from approximately 5 years ago. Now, trying to find something based on that search criteria without extensive search capabilities will be just about impossible. And finally, media requirements for archives are subtly different to backups. Tape media can't be as easily searched as disk media, and if you try and retrieve some data from your archive on the back of a court subpoena, and the tape that contains that data is so old that you can't read from it anymore, you'll be landed with a fine and potentially additional penalties. So it's vital that you can find and reliably extract old data from the archive. Recovering data from backups, on the other hand, tends to be within the first few weeks after backing up that data, but definitely retrieving data from an archive tends to be from a long time ago. Oh, and let's mention the terms vaulting and e-vaulting. Traditional vaulting was typically the process of copying data to physical tape and then storing that in a secure off-site location, sometimes called a tape vault or maybe just a vault. Well, e-vaulting is that same process of storing data, often backup or archive data, in a remote secure facility, but e-vaulting involves getting the data there via the network, rather than copying it to tape, sticking it in the back of a truck and having the truck drive across to the other side of town to the secure remote facility. Now, as well as backup and archive data, it's also common to store emails and email attachments in digital online e-vaults.